Hello everyone, I'm Sach and I've got Rosie here with me. Welcome to Coffee and Crochet with Sara and Rosie. I've got her here with me today because I wanted you to see her beautiful new sweater that I made her. I made it with the Charisma from Loops and Threads, and I'll show you that in just a minute. But Rosie, I could not find their box of sweaters. I have a tub. I have a tub. I have them separated Christmas and spring and all of that. And I could not find her sweater. Well, so I thought, well, we're sitting here watching a movie. She's going to need to go out. And I guess it was Sunday night or Monday night. No, this is Tuesday. So it was Sunday night. I told my husband, I said, I've got to whip her up a sweater or she is not going to go outside and go potty. And then we're going to have an accident. And so one of her hairs in my mouth. And so I just grabbed this yarn and I whipped this sweater up. If you want to make this sweater, it's a super simple sweater. It is a free pattern on my YouTube here. It's called Maggie's Sweater. It's named after my grand dog Maggie, who is a Frenchie, and she's super chubby. But the way the pattern is written, it has sizes included in it, but basically it shows you how you can measure your dog and make it to fit just about any size dog. Okay, and so I wanted you to see Rosie. She looked so pretty in her sweater. She's my girl. Here you go. Go sit on your poofy. There you go. There you go. She loves that sweater. She would not go out because we were having, it was Sunday night. After we got home after church and the ice was just, it's like ice flakes. It's really weird stuff. And it was just blowing everywhere. It made the streets slick a little bit around Mustang and Yukon. And she just left. But anyway, she would not go out when we got home. And so then I'm like, I have got to find her sweaters. Well, I couldn't find them. And so I whipped her up one real quick off that Maggie's Sweater pattern. You can find it in my on my YouTube channel. This is the yarn that I used. Now the pattern calls for a medium weight number 4. And this is a bulky number 5. Because I wanted it to be warm. So all I did is made less rows so that it would still fit her. The key to getting a pattern like this, because dogs' bodies are weird. They're not like ours at all. They're weird. It's almost in reverse, And so I did it with the bulky because I wanted it to be warm. And she really loves it. I put it on her and she just like felt warm. And she went right out there, did her business, and came right back in. I'm like, yes. Although she scared me pretty much this morning. Right before I do my live video, I always take her out to go potty first, because if not, she'll whine at me in the middle of the video, because she's getting older. She got a little bladder. So anyway, you're not late, Kim. I started a minute early because Rosie didn't want to be on my lap any longer. And anyway, we were out back. I opened the door. I put her out there and she's wandering around. All of a sudden, I see her dart over to the side of the yard. I'm like, where is she going? And I looked over there and there were these 2 great big hawks. They were gorgeous. I did not have my camera with me and I wasn't thinking about taking a picture of them because I know they will make Rosie their lunch. And so I went running over there and I'm waving my arms. Probably the people driving down the street over there thought I was a maniac or something. Okay, and then so they went off over into that field, and she came running back to me like, what's your problem, Mom? She's like, she just prancing back to me. So anyhow, if you want a really simple, easy dog sweater, look for the Maggie's dog sweater. I'll put that link in underneath this video so that you can find it. And again, this is the yarn that I used. It's beautiful. The colorway is called Mulberry Bush. Isn't that pretty? And it stitches up really pretty. There's a fuzzball on there. But anyway, and it only took like 1 and just a little bit more of this. Because the way the pattern is written is you can do it so that it fits kind of like a vest. But if you want it to be even warmer, you can put that chest section in and it makes it a lot warmer. You can add sleeves onto it. You can even add a hood. It's a really simple pattern. And it's just a fun pattern also. Okay, now today we're going to talk about our giveaway, and I'm going to wait a couple minutes to get into the giveaway because I want more people to be here. I think Rosie put her nose on my glasses. Hang on a second. Thank you for saying you liked my shirt, by the way. It's a hoodie, and I love it. And I think I got it online from Shein or something like that, but it has a hood. It has a brown stripe on it, and then it's black all the way to the bottom, and it's nice and long. And it's not real heavy, but it is warm, okay? I don't know. I'm pretty sure it was Sheen is the brand. Okay, anyway, before we get into what our giveaway is, yes, Rosie gives me nose kisses all the time. You know what it is? The reason that she does that, Kim, is she does not like the smell of coffee. Maximo, he would lick me all over the chin and the face and stuff. She doesn't like the smell of coffee. And she'll sniff my face, and she can tell if I've had some coffee, and then she'll lick my nose because she does not like the smell of coffee. Which, we forgot to do our clink in because I was talking about Miss Rosie over there. She's already back over here on her little poof, so she must have snuck back by. I think she wanted some water. She drinks a lot. She's a water lush. Okay. Clinkety, clink, clink, clink. I'm drinking again good old Folgers. Only this week I've got Irish cream. Yum. And if you take a sugar-free peppermint and you just put it in your coffee while it's hot and let it dissolve, you've got sugar-free peppermint coffee. Yum. Now, the sugar-free peppermints that I have, my husband bought me this enormous bag. I'm telling you, it was a 5-pound bag of Christmas hard candy that was sugar-free. He bought it 2 years ago when I found out that I had adult onset diabetes. And I still have probably over half that bag. I eat them sparingly. I think of them as a little treat. But they're peppermints and ribbon candies and a bunch of different kinds. But peppermint has been my favorite for so many years. I just love peppermint. And if I can put it in with the sugar-free cocoa in my coffee, so good. Okay. Anywho, before we get into what the giveaway is, I've got it right here, I want to do a real quick shout out. Now, I actually wasn't looking for a shout out when I found this person. Their video just popped up. Okay, and her name is Heather, and I don't know if I've talked about her before. But I saw her face on her video, and I thought, she looks familiar, but I don't remember her videos. So I started watching them, and she is just a delightful, lovely lady. Her name is Heather. The name of her YouTube channel is Cottontail Crafts. And then she has a thing on there that says, I love crochet. She's one of us. All right. Her name is Heather, and I put the link down underneath this video. You can go and check her out. One thing that I really like that she does is she does a lot of the little stuffies and ammies in like the big chunky yarns, and she does a really good job. She talks a lot about going to market and selling her wares or whatever, you know, her stuff. So if you want to learn more about that kind of thing and what she does, you could really learn from her. Now I went years ago, I did a whole lot of markets. I was in a couple of different crafty stores and boutiques with actually my dog stuff, and I did okay. I did, but I'm telling you, it was a lot of work, and you need to be prepared when you get into these markets and these craft shows and stuff. People really like to haggle, and so you got to be prepared to say yes or no. You know what I mean? So, and I'm not good at haggling anyway. It's I'm just not. If I don't like the price, I just keep walking, you know. But it can also be a whole lot of fun and a really great way to meet a lot of people that like the same things that we do. But anyway, her YouTube channel is called Cottontail Crafts. I love crochet. So what are we going to do? We're going to like, share. We're going to ring that bell and subscribe. And don't forget, like, share, subscribe, ring my bell for my YouTube channel also, okay? Because I'm trying to get up there. I'm trying to get to that 100,000 subscribers. Okay. Are you ready to hear about our January giveaway? So, let me show you the box because everything's coming out of it. This box is the medium size priority box. It is already stuffed full of yarn, and I've got a couple other things I'm going to put in here. I am going to do where I suck out all the air and shove them in there so that when you open the bags, the air will come back in. I do that for a couple of reasons. I usually put things in plastic to keep them just in case they get wet or you know, the coffee man or the coffee lady spills her coffee on the box. You know, things happen. So I put them in a zippy bag so that they are protected, okay? But I'm not going to tell you what all's in here, but I do have, I've got Red Heart, I've got Premier, I've got Hobby Lobby, I've got Michael's, and I've also got some Jimmy, I think it's called Jimmy Beans. Let me take a peek at this. Yes, Jimmy Beans boutique yarn and some other things in here. And it's going to be stuffed, and it's going to have $75 worth of yarn inside, okay? All right, that's our giveaway for January. How do you get involved, you asked? The same way we always do it. I love doing it this way. It's nice and easy. Anybody who's already commented and anybody who comments later until 2 weeks from today, you are entered. If you're worried about not being entered and you want to be entered, just post, I want to be entered. I want that yarn. And 2 weeks from today, I'll put all those names in that random generator, and whatever name comes up, I usually check it to make sure they haven't won in the last year or so. And then if you haven't won before, and that's just the last year or so, that doesn't mean if you won a couple years ago that you're out of the running, okay? Because it is done randomly. I just want to make sure you didn't win like last month or something. Because, you know, we want it to be fair for everybody. And so then I'll check it. I'll also make sure you're a real person. Okay? Because we did have some issues in the past, just once. And then I'll tell you how to contact me, and it's really easy. Just go to my website and shoot me an email. And that link is down in the notes underneath this video as well. Alrighty? So, mystery box full of $75 worth of yarn for our January giveaway. I was thinking about getting an even bigger box, but I'm pretty good about stuffing things in the box and, you know, squishing that air out and getting as much in as I possibly can. That way, when you open it, it's a surprise party, a yarn explosion. I know it sounds so silly, but I really love giving stuff away. And I really love the excitement of hearing from the winner and getting it to them. And I have to tell you this last time, and she told me it was okay if I shared the story. So our winner for December, she gave me the wrong address. She had done the numbers backwards. And so it went to another person, and he contacted me and said, because my thing says, you know, Posh, Pooch Designs, Sara, Sach, and my return address. And so he contacted me, a really nice guy named Cody. He said, I got a box from someone. It's my address, but not my name. And I said, oh, she must have given me the wrong address. Let me check. So I checked it. And so we had a really nice conversation, a really nice guy. And he said, give her my phone number. He said, have her call me. We live in the same city, obviously. And so then I can get her the box. Well, in the meantime, he looked her up and found her and found out that she had just transposed the numbers. And he got the box to her. And it was so nice. And it was so funny because those things happen often, you know. And so I was super glad she got the box before Christmas. He thought it was some dog dresses or something. And I was like, no. She won yarn from us and all that. So he really nice person, got her the box, and she found out who her neighbor was, made a new friend, you know. So it was really fun and kind of silly at the same time. So those things do happen. But, you know, what's so funny is when I go in, because I do my shipping through my PayPal, which sends me to another shipping thing that gives me a discount, you know, to ship. It's still really expensive to ship these boxes, but I'm going to tell you, it is worth it to me to ship them in priority box because I know they're going to get what they're supposed to get when we have the right address. So anyway, when address came up, it didn't correct it or anything. So they may have the wrong address for her in there anyway. You know, I don't know. So anyway, he was just a really nice man, and I just really appreciated that because in this day and time, unfortunately, our neighborhood has been plagued with porch thieves. And so we have cameras. We have cameras at the front and back and in the garage of our house. And we have it set up with Amazon that they get a code. They put it in our garage and then shut the garage door. And that makes it nice. And we also have information, you know, that tells us what's being delivered to our house each day through the post office and UPS and FedEx. So we know what's coming. And I work from home, so I'm here most of the time unless I'm out shopping or playing with my grandkids somewhere. If it's nice, we're at the park or something. If it's not, we're doing puzzles here, you know. So anyway, all right, so that's our giveaway for January. I'm really excited about it. I love seeing how much yarn I can shove in those boxes. It's just fun. And I love giving stuff away. Now, the other thing I had some questions about, let me see. I talked about the dog sweater. Let me see. I had another question. I can't remember what it was. Oh, I talked about this last week, I think, about why do you have to ring a bell? Why do you have to, you know, subscribe, all those things. Okay, so the way YouTube is set up is if you subscribe, you're just saying that you like the channel. When you hit the like button, you're saying you like that particular video. But if you want YouTube to show you my videos when they come up, you need to subscribe and you need to ring that bell. When you ring the bell, that tells them that you want to be notified. They're not going to send you an email or anything like that. What happens is when you get on YouTube, the first videos that come up in your home feed, they're ones that you ring the bell for. Now, sometimes if you watched one of my videos recently, they'll say, oh, she likes that. And so in the algorithm, it will bring it back up. But it's very important that you do ring the bell. And those of you that have YouTube channels, make sure you tell your subscribers that as well. I didn't really understand how it worked that much until I got in there and started investigating why people, because I got questions all the time. Why do people, ding, 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 I like that, Betty. Why do people that are subscribed to my channel not get notifications when they get on Facebook? And so I was really reading about it, and then I watched a couple of videos, and I'm like, oh, ding, 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 the light bulb went off. Okay, let me let my subscribers know. Because it breaks my heart when people go, I didn't see the Friday Fun Day video, or I didn't see what you did on Monday. And, you know, and so anyway, it'll help you out, you know. And just so you know, they don't send you an email. They don't, choking me here. They don't contact you in any way. All that really means is when you get on YouTube and you see that home screen, the videos that they suggest to you are the ones that you have rung the bell for first. And then they'll put some up that they think you might be interested that are similar. Okay, so if you want to really help out all the YouTubers, especially us yarny YouTubers, make sure when you subscribe, you ring that bell. All right, and as I say, baby, ring my bell. Although in the boxing world, doesn't that mean you knock somebody out when you ring their bell? No boxing, just unboxing. All righty, so. Yes, and she's talking about how the majority of her watchers on her channel are not subscribed. And I have a lot like that too. When I go in and look at my analytics, it'll show that a lot of them are not subscribed. I don't know why, but please do subscribe. When you find some YouTubers that you really just love, subscribe. I've recently found some really neat ones that I love that are chair exercise and senior yoga. I mean, I'm 61. They keep telling me I'm a senior. I don't feel like it. I don't act like it. But my body's telling me it's true. You know. All righty. So, all right, let's talk a little bit about what we did this week. Last Friday, on Friday Fun Day, we did the scarf. Here's our spicy hat right here. This is our spicy slouchy hat. And we made a scarf to go with it. It's similar, but not exactly the same. I did not put any of the ridges that I put on this hat, because I really like those, but it didn't look right on the scarf. And so we did it similar, but not exactly the same. And we used that same yarn called Spice Shop. And let me put it over here. You're going to see some of my other projects over here, but anyway. Here is the scarf, and it's really pretty. We did 2 rows of single crochet, then a row of that 2 double crochet cluster, and then just repeated it for as long as we wanted it. This is the yarn, Spice Shop. Now, it's 80% acrylic and 20% wool. And a lot of people cannot do the wool. Let's see, yeah, this is a super bulky 6. But you don't have to use this particular yarn. Another one that would work really good is the Chunky Bloom that we did the ear warmer and cowl out of, that would work really great for this pattern because it's a thicker bloom, a thicker bloom. It's a thicker yarn. But any bulky number 6 or bulky number 5 yarn will work for this pattern. The main thing is you just need to measure as you go. Because the thing about bulky number 5 and bulky number 6 is there's such wiggle room within those measurements. And sometimes a bulky number 5 will be really fluffy. And sometimes a bulky number 6 will be really condensed. Okay? And so this is the Premier Spice Shop yarn. These are gorgeous yarns. And I struggle a little bit with wools being itchy, making my hands itch. This one didn't. And a lot of the ones, they call it a mercerized wool. I think it's mercerized, spun, or super. I can't remember exactly. But when they're spun more tighter, I don't get as itchy. Okay? And so, isn't that gorgeous? It's just gorgeous. I love how it's gray and or black and white with some beige in there, but these pops of blue and red and teal, I just love this yarn. It's absolutely gorgeous. And I have my Premier yarn link if you want to go and look at these and check out all the other ones too. Those beautiful, beautiful colors. Okay, so the other thing that we did, we started it. Let's see. We started it yesterday. And then I've been working on step 2, and then we'll finish step 3 on Friday. Superwash Merino. Thank you. There's so many yarns out there. I can't remember them all. Yes, Superwash Merino. That one doesn't bother me for some reason. It's something the way in the process of it, it just really doesn't. Okay, so we finished our 2024 crochet along with all of our squares. I'm going to bring you over to this camera real quick. And we have a total of 30 squares, because we did 2 squares per month and then an additional 6 squares. We did 2 squares per month, and then we chose our yarn, and this is a yarn that I'm using to do to join them and to do my trim. And then I did 6 additional solid, and I've got the pattern. When you go to the video that I posted yesterday for the 2024, finishing our 2024 crochet along, you'll find the links for the solid double crochet square, so you can make some solid ones if you want to add. I did 6 like this with this scramble yarn. And then you'll also find the link that will take you to the blog that has all 12 of the squares listed. And then you'll also find the link for the Granny Square Afghan playlist that has all the videos for these. So you'll be able to find them all. If you didn't have time to do the 2024 crochet along that we did, it's always going to be there so that you can always go back and look at the squares. And like I said, you didn't have to do them all. If you found some you really like and you wanted to do them, you could do as many of those as you want. And you could also do 3 or 4 of every one and make the blanket as big as you want to. Okay? What we did is we did 6 squares by 5 squares. They're 6-inch squares, so you can get a pretty good idea of how big the blanket is going to be. It's really nice and big, but it's not what you would call a big quilt. You know, it's not a bedspread. You could make it one, of course. Okay, now, yesterday we did this fun join. It's so pretty. I just love it. And we put together 6 squares, and then we did another set of 6 squares. Then we did all the way down and did those across until all the squares were together in a blanket. That was step 1. I'm working on step 2. You can see I've already started doing what I call the basic trim. And that video will be out tomorrow. And then on Friday, we're going to do what I'm calling the fancy trim. And we're going to be adding an extra trim that's super pretty, that you could do to any blanket. It's just it's simple, but it's really pretty. And so then we'll finish up our 2024 blanket on Friday. Okay? And all the information, the yarns, the squares, all of that, you're going to find underneath yesterday's video that will give you everything that you need to know to finish up the 2024 crochet along. Okay, so will we be doing a 2025? Yes, we will. It's a good question, Carlina. I showed you last week, and talked about how my word for the year is home and the graph that I have for the word home. And we're going to be making a hanging. I'm not showing it to you today because we're going to start it on Monday. All right, and I'll give you all the information about it on Monday. And we're going to be making a big square that you could make into a hanging, or you could make it into a pillow, or whatever that you wanted. You could even just lay it on your table and make it into, say, a table cover or whatever you wanted to do with it. I'm going to be making a hanging. It's going to hang up. And we're going to make that first. And in the O for the home, we're going to be making a magnet that you can either attach to your pillow or, your hanging. But you can also do it as a magnet to hang on your fridge. And so each month we'll have a new one to go in that home. And the zero of the word home. If you want to kind of get an idea of the graph, you can go look at last week's video because I did show you the graph. I just wanted to give you just a little hint of what we're doing. Okay, now the most part you'll have to crochet on it is the large square because it's a nice size. Okay, and I'll explain all the things that you need on Monday, yarns and what to hang it on and things like that on Monday. And then for Friday, we're going to be doing this on Monday and then on Wednesday for the big piece because I want to walk you through the graph. Okay, because if you've never done a single crochet graph before, it might seem a little overwhelming. So we're going to start it on Monday and we're going to finish it on Wednesday. Okay, and then on Friday, for Friday Fun Day of next week, remember that little coffee cup magnet I showed you? We're going to be doing that on Friday. And that's going to go along with that. And you can put it on the O of the graph for January. And then in February, we'll have another little magnet. And each month, and so there'll be smaller projects instead of a big project. But by the time we get to December of 2025, it'll all be finished. And you can use it all the time. It won't say 2025 on it unless you want to put it on there. Okay? And so I think it's going to be fun. I think a lot of people having to do a couple of squares a month, it seemed a little overwhelming. Not to me because I crochet every single day. The only time it gets a little overwhelming for me is when my neck hurts. And I've learned to bring a pillow up, which, by the way, if you just grab a pillow and put it in your lap when you're crocheting and bring your elbows up on it, you won't have near as much neck and back pain. That is according to my chiropractor. He was like, what have you done to your neck? I said, well, September, January, February, or September, what's the next month? September, October, November, December. Those are my big months. I crochet a whole lot more, but I really didn't tell him I crochet all the time. So. But that is really the truth. If you get a sore neck and a sore back by where your shoulder blades are and your arms, it'll help you a ton just to put a pillow in your lap and get your arms up there on that pillow. Now I have this tray, I've showed it to you in the past, that's just a tray and then it has a place on the sides where you can put books or I think it's for books and pencils. I've got crochet magazines and crochet hooks and yarn. And I use that in the bedroom so that we're watching a movie. I can set it up and work there. But I really prefer using the pillow. It helps a bunch. Anyway, just a little FYI. Because I don't want anyone to be in pain and not be able to crochet because of their neck, or their back. Just make sure you're not leaning over a lot. I think one of the things he was telling me is teenagers nowadays, because they're on their phones, they're leaning forward a lot like this a lot, and they're really putting strain on that back part of their neck that they didn't used to. So bring it up. When you read, bring your book up. I do have a crochet pillow that has a pocket in it, a pattern for it. It's just a pocket pillow with a handle that we did a few years ago. It would be perfect for taking with you because you can put your stuff in that pocket and take that pillow with you and put your arms up on that pillow while you're working. Great for taking on vacation, in the airplane, in the car, in a trailer, whatever you're taking, mobile home. Always have a pillow with you to crochet with. I'm telling you, it will save your neck. Literally. All right. righty. Well, I think that's all I've got for you. Don't forget to go check out Heather at Cottontail Crafts. Like, share, subscribe, and ring her bell. And don't forget to ring my bell. I don't know how we can get, like this other subscriber said, I don't know how we can get people to subscribe more and to ring the bell. I don't know how to do it other than just to keep reminding you. And it blows my mind. I mean, literally. I know I sound a little stuffy today. Sorry about that. I did take a Zyrtec. Zyrtex. Anywho, I just don't know how to get people to do that more, because it doesn't blow my mind, but I just wonder if you see YouTube channels that you really like, why you don't subscribe to them. Because if after a while you don't like it anymore, you can always unsubscribe. It's not like you're hooked in there for life. You know, do you know what I mean? So when you find some really great ones that you like, subscribe and ring the bell. You know, you think, well, what's the big deal? But it is a big deal to us subscribers, because we love what we do. And for me, it's not only about the money. Yes, I make money on YouTube with those commercials. Thank you for watching them. I always tell people, when you're watching my videos, if a commercial comes up, run, fill up your coffee, or go to the bathroom, or grab a snack, but don't click through them, okay? If you can help it. Some of them are weird, and I will be honest with you, I'll click through it. I don't know what they're advertising sometimes. If they're too technical, I haven't got a clue. You know, it's the same thing with commercials on TV. I'll be watching them, and I'm like, that was the weirdest commercial. I have no idea what they're trying to get me to buy, you know. Yes, Sarah, and subscribing is free. It is. It is absolutely free for you. But it means the world to us YouTubers, okay? And so I appreciate all of you who follow me. I really, really do. That's why I tell you all the time, I can't do this without you. I can't. I can, but it would be no fun. I mean, I enjoy before the video even starts, I love watching how you interact with each other. You're saying good morning. You're asking how they're doing. What did you crochet today? All those things. You're having a conversation. That means a lot to me. I am spying in on your conversation, by the way. But I love that. And it really does, it just, yeah. And how you're all talking to each other now and talking, saying things. It means the world to me. I love it. Because we are a bit, like I said last week, this is our crochet home. This is a place for us to talk about yarn and crochet. And you know what? We're not all going to like the same things. You know, we're not going to like the same kinds of yarns. We're not going to like the same kinds of patterns. We're all at a different place in our crochet journey. And, you know, sometimes I'll get people, they'll say, why do you do so much easy stuff? Well, maybe it's not easy for others, you know, especially if you're just starting. And my goal really is, I have some that are more complicated, but my goal is that make things that everyone can make, you know, and put their own spin on them. You know, I had a lady say, oh, I love this, but I don't really care for the color. I said, you can do it in any color that you want to. You don't have to do the colors that I choose. If you like purple, make it in purple, you know, or you don't, or maybe the yarn I chose was too busy. Make it in a solid. You know, that's the great thing about crochet is we can do whatever we want with it. And I have to tell you, it just totally cracks me up when I get people that'll say, well, so-and-so does this different. It's okay. You know, there's other, what is it they say? There's more than one way to skin a cat. Well, that is just a disgusting saying. I don't know why I said that. Who would want to skin a cat? Forget I said that. There's more than one way to crochet, okay? Yes, we have basic stitches that we all do. Slip stitch and single and double and triple and, you know, we do. But there's lots of there's a difference between a crochet stitch and a crochet pattern, okay? And I may make, you know, I'm trying to think of what I would do different. I don't know. Stitching two together. There's tons of ways to do that. And cluster stitches and popcorn stitches and bobble stitches. There's lots of different ways to do these. And some of these names are back and forth. You know, some of them are back and forth. You call it one thing, you call it another. You know, it doesn't matter. I've had people tell me that all the time that I need to teach it right. Well, this is how I learned, and so I'm just sharing that with you. But it's okay if you do it different. You know what I'm saying? That's the best thing about crochet, because I've said this a million times also. It's an ever-growing art, an ever-changing art, new yarns, new stitches, new textures, new ways, and I just love it. Oh, that's nice, Carlina. Oh, yeah, I need to start getting eggs delivered too. We go through a lot of eggs. Anyway, okay. Boy, you guys are so busy. I thought I was the only one that crocheted all day, every day. I don't do it all day. I do the dishes sometimes. Thank you for my dishwasher. Alrighty, well, we're getting silly now. I just love spending time with you all. I love seeing your comments. I love, oh, and that reminds me, I get another question I get is, where can you post a picture of what you've made? On Facebook. I know a lot of people don't like Facebook, but on Facebook, we have a group. It's called Coffee and Crochet with Sara group, just like the sign. And you can go and ask to join the Facebook group. But remember, you're going to be asked to answer 3 questions. And then we have 2 admins. We have Kim, and then we have Rita. They work really hard in our group to keep it happy and keep it encouraging. And they'll look at them and check them out and make sure you're a real person, not a spammer or a robot. Nowadays you got to be careful. But anyway, we love our group. We have fun in there. Every morning we try to do what's called a free crochet pattern blast. And we just find, sometimes it's a theme, sometimes it's not. And we just find a bunch of free crochet pattern links. We don't share patterns, we share links that you might like, and we'll do that. And you can, find some things that you might like and stuff like that. We like to put memes in there, and sometimes we play silly games and just have fun. We want it to be an encouraging group. We don't allow any negativity or unkindness or rudeness in there, okay? Yes, Kim says, please answer all 3 questions. And they're super easy questions. There's no math involved, okay? Because I don't know that I would pass it if there was math involved. That's my biggest issue with my crochet designs, is I have to have people check my math. I can't tell you how many times they're like, Sara, 3 and 9 do not equal 12. 9, 10, 11, 12. It does, right? I'm telling you, it's so funny. Math is hard, okay? So I'm thankful for those who check out my patterns. So funny. But anyway, I'm going to let you go. It's after 11. I just thank you all. Thank you so much. I'm looking forward to 2025. I think we're going to have a great crochet year and a great, I'm just optimistic. Yeah. Just optimistic that we're going to have just a super good crochet year with lots of fun and, new patterns, new things. And once we get past the beginning of our next crochet, we're going to finish this crochet along for 2024. Then we get past the 25, the entry of it of next week. Then we're going to get back into our this and that questions. I forgot I wanted to mention that. So if you have a question, about something you don't know the answer to, has to do with yarn and crochet. Now, don't ask me personal questions. You can, I may not answer them. But anyway, sometimes you've asked a question we've already answered, and I can give you a link to it. And sometimes I will put it on. I have in my book, I have questions that need answering, and then I also have ideas. And a lot of people give me ideas and I write them down. Sometimes they'll give me an idea that I've already done, and I'll send them to that link or that playlist that has those in it. Okay. So, we're talking about babies. My grandbabies aren't babies anymore. My grandson is 17. He's become my chauffeur. Every time he comes over and spends time, I let him drive my car and drive me places. I love it. Okay. That's good, Deborah, but don't forget to ring the bell also. The ringing the bell is so important. You were going to ask why is the sky blue? I don't really know. Google it. It sounds like my grandkids when they were younger asking me silly questions. Like, I'm not going to go into it, but anyway. You all are so much fun. You just make me laugh. All right, everybody, remember, ring that bell. I love my crochet peeps. One of these days, I'm going to get this heart right. Let's see. Am I doing my hands wrong? What's the deal? Okay. I love my crochet peeps, and I'll see you next week.